Weird and Wacky Life. Simon was a young, plain, boring old teen. He had dark brown hair that was neatly cut, a few freckles on his slightly pale face. Most people would call him boring, but Simon, he is far from it. In all his 16 years of life, he has never been sick, nor has he had a spot anywhere on his body. This confused Simon. Is it normal that you never have any marks, no signs, anything? Simon put this in the back of his head and continued his life as normally as he could. Besides, he had a job to go to. "This is it," the cab driver said as he stopped the car. "Thanks," Simon said in a small, quiet voice, almost like a child. Simon paid the driver and stepped out. He saw a row of small homes, which all looked the same. As he turned round to face behind him, he spotted that they go on for miles. Simon eventually turned fully and saw a big building in front of him. "St. James School for the Gifted," Simon read off the well-hung blue sign above the huge brown doors that led into the building. Simon had got a job as a helper. He wanted to join the school and give the teachers a hand. He expected it would be a low job, making tea and fetching papers, as he would be charged up and down the place. He was still confused on how his mum had got the work for him. It's right where he wanted to work, and the pay was just right. Simon counted himself lucky. Simon plucked up the courage and walked towards the huge wooden doors that guarded the entrance to the school. As Simon pushed the doors open, he saw a long corridor with another set of doors in front of him. There were chairs and plants neatly scattered around the room. He wondered if the rest of the school looked like this. Just then he was greeted with an all too familiar smell. He had a faint smell of paper, wood marks and chewing gum. Before someone could even close the doors, he heard footsteps, and at a rather quick pace, trotting along the wooden panelled floor. "I'm not doing it," a faint voice said from behind the double doors in front of him. Simon could tell that this was the voice of a woman with a faint Irish accent. It made her sound warm and charming. "I'm not doing it," she repeated. "I'm not going to be a backup. I've mopped up enough for you as it is," she said. Even though Simon could tell she was angry, her tone was calm and pleasant. "Oh, come on now, Judy. Don't be like this again." This voice wasn't as calm or sweet as the woman's. It was loud and instructive. Simon pictured an army man with a large, bristly moustache. "You always act like a spoiled child. I'm not asking for much. Please just help me while I do some marking," the loud man begged. Simon pictured him adding what at the end. "You can beg all you like. You always have to do marking when it comes to that class. I come up and have to take the place, and I'm sick of it. Because if you don't like them, it doesn't mean I have to be their new target." The woman's tone seemed more stronger than before. Just then the double doors swung open, and there stood a small, slightly plump woman. She had light brown hair, neatly wrapped in a bun. She had a dark green jacket with a bright white shirt, small heeled black shoes, and dark stockings. "Shouldn't you be in class?" the woman said, going back to her calm, warm voice. I, Simon stammered. "Speak up, boy," he heard from behind the second door. The man then walked into Simon's line of sight. There he was, a tall man with a dark blue suit, red tie and white shirt. He almost had no hair on his head, apart from a few strands of blonde. Just like Simon pictured, he had a large moustache, which had twirls on both ends. It too was a light blonde colour.